Hi, this is Nick George with the Blade Drive replacement on all the Andises that take blade drives. Basically all the professional clippers. AG, BG, BGC, AGC, AGR, BGR, Barber, Animal, doesn't matter. They all got these drives. SMC, AGP, AG, all of them. Okay, so you take out these two screws. Now, first off, if the screws do not come out, the inserts are stuck in there, and you'll have to replace this motor mount. It's not a very expensive piece, but I wouldn't recommend doing it yourself, unless you think you can. I'm not responsible. First of all, let's check to see how the blade drive is good. This is a good blade drive. I think it's brand new. I just was gonna rebuild this clipper and didn't. So first you can check, see if this metal bar is bent. See, if it's bent at all, bent out, this will rock back and forth, and what that causes. What that causes is when it's on there and the blade's on there, this is rocking back and forth, so this is just twitching. So instead of going all back and forth like that, it just wobbles back and forth, so it just sort of moves the hair around. So if this is bad, you can have a brand new sharpened blade, and with this bad, this blade is going to just leave lines. It's gonna look horrible. So I recommend getting your clippers serviced, and I repair them all. If there's parts available, I can repair any clipper. Okay, so this is, let's continue. See how it's not rounded? What I mean by rounded is like a triangle. Like this, the two ends ain't rounded off. You can tell. So what that causes is, see down in there where the lever goes in? The lever goes in and moves the blade. So if that's rounded, it's only going to make this blade move a little bit. If any of these posts are broken, it'll weaken the drive. So see those little plastic strips? It'll weaken the drive, and then it's not going to cut very good. There's also another, see that bearing? If that's broken, so if this just moves around, you put a new blade drive on and you wobble it, see how this doesn't move at all? And you move it and it moves around inside there, that bearing is broke. It's called a cam bearing. You'll need to replace it. It goes on the armature. I wouldn't recommend doing it yourself, but if you think you can, it's just these two clips, two screws, and pop it off. Take the field off, armature, pop the cam on there. Fairly easy, but I wouldn't recommend doing it yourself because I've done it for 13 years, so I know what to look for. But I do have videos of working on an AGC where I disassemble the whole thing, so just watch that video if you want to try it yourself. So let's get down to it. So you take these two screws off. That's your first thing. Okay, so now a lot of people are going to have hinges on. Okay, so there's a bar right there. Uh-oh. Well, the drive can still come off with the hinge on. It's a little trickier, but if you want to make it easier on yourself, just go ahead and take that hinge off. It'll save you a little trouble maybe. Okay, so you take the two screws off. There's this hinge still on there. So what I do is I take a flathead screwdriver and stick it right in there, and then just pry it up, just like so. Go to the other side, pry it up, and then you take the fronts of them and then pull it off like that, with the hinge still on there. Just because most of you guys probably will keep your hinge on. So here's a good point to check your bearing. See, this bearing doesn't wobble at all. That's good. you don't want it to wobble. If it's rough, grainy, you don't want that either, because then you're going to go through drives. It's going to eat the plastic because it gets too hot because it's not rotating clearly, smoothly. So okay, you take the tip, put it down in there, right? And then you push this down until it pops down a little. Then you line up these holes, right? Spread the ears just a little bit, and then push it down. See how I push the plastic, not the, just push the plastic right here, because it has to fit snugly on that bearing. Okay, then you pop these two down. What you gotta look out for is down in there, see those little bitty tabs? See that little bitty tab right there? If they're bent, this drive will stick up and your blade won't go right. So make sure these tabs right here are in the slots. That's the biggest mistake that everyone makes. You'll ruin a brand new drive, and your clipper will not work if these tabs are not in there. Because when they're bent, then this sticks up. So you want them nice and straight so it fits smoothly down in there. And you take your screws and you tighten them up. I'm going to show you how you know when they're tight, because a lot of people over tighten these, and all that's going to do is cost you money. Okay, so these are snugged up, and what I do is just tighten it and just turn it about one turn. And how you can tell is, see how it's black? See, those are tight enough, but I go just a little bit further. Once it turns black, then go one turn more. See how the plastic sort of smashes just a little bit? That's perfect, because the screw won't back out, and it's not so tight it's warping the drive into another shape. And that's what happens when you tighten that, and then your drive just wobbles around. Alright, well, thank you for a 10-minute video on replacing a blade drive. It doesn't take me that long. I'm just trying to show you guys everything so you don't get lost in the middle of it. I recommend having 2 clippers, sending one clipper with your blades and using the other clipper, and then when you send another set of blades, then send your other clipper. I recommend having 2 sets of blades too. I'll make a video on that later. Alright, well, thank you, keep it sharp, have a good day, bye.